Topics like masturbation, self-love.
This is one of the biggest pros of finally switching to content creation.
What is body positivity according to you?
First time I tried out a sex toy in my life. 6 years of us being in a long distance.
What are the sources of income that an influencer usually has?
Oh, sorry, Akshay, just to hear all of this.
Hi guys, I'm Advika
And I'm Akshaj.
and we welcome you all to
Two
Sides of a Coin. Today we have a very special guest with us, Isheeta with two E's. So obviously my first question to you is going to be, why do you have two E's in your name? Like,
That is a very special question for me because I've been asked this bachpan se literally. So the credit for this spelling goes to just my dad.
okay.
उन्होंने randomly literally Isheeta की spelling Isheeta कर दी for no reason at all. There is actually no meaning or no reason for it. He just thought it would look nice. So
But do you
Something
like it?
different, not
Do
something.
you
Yeah.
like it now? Because like that makes it a different thing.
I used to hate explaining it to people. Listen, I के साथ नहीं है, double E है मेरे नाम में. But then I made a slang out of it. So
Nice.
works out well for me.
Ishita is a fashion influencer. She also promotes body positivity. Let's hear from her about herself.
Yeah, introduce yourself, please.
Hi guys, this is Isheeta. Isheeta with two E's. So I literally began my channel as a fashion channel only, but then we gradually moved to lifestyle because I started experimenting about things as well, and then we gravitated towards body positivity, long distance, and a lot more things as I grew up. So in a way, I can say this channel is like my journey in the last 7-8 years. And I want to continue doing this on the internet itself. So yeah.
Okay, so can you take us back to your first video on YouTube? Like, what was the
When
inspiration?
was it? Like
Yeah.
when did you start it?
थोड़ी सी बैक स्टोरी देनी पड़ेगी. I have
हाँ.
always been very interested in YouTube. Like literally 11th standard से I would watch all the Western creators like Bethany Mota and all.
Mm.
So I knew what YouTube is, and there is this fashion wala niche.
Mhm.
And towards the end of my engineering college, I just asked my dad that I really want to do this and just get me a DSLR now. And like मैंने उनको abruptly बोल दिया था कि listen, placement हो चुका है. I know I'll be a software engineer, but let me try this out. And he got me a camera.
Wow.
And then I suddenly got very conscious about everything. I literally had the camera hidden like behind the bed because I got so socially awkward कि मैं कैसे shoot करूँगी college में and सारे लोग देखेंगे.
Oh.
And what will they talk about me? You know, that very shy and introverted kid. But thankfully, my best friends pushed me. They literally had an intervention for me. कि इशिता, कैमरा रखा हुआ है 3 महीने से, please video बना ले, please बना ले. So the first video is like, I have done styling a plaid shirt, and उस पूरी video में, if you see the behind the scenes there, you'll find 2 of my best friends like कहीं ना कहीं frame में हंसते हुए.
Wow.
Because they were helping me shoot everything and just making me a little more comfortable using the camera in the hostel space. So the first video is very special for me because it literally reminds me of my hostel friends and everybody. So I still owe it to those 2 girls. Like this entire channel, those 2 have been the pillar for it.
But
So-
when you started it, do you remember the year when you started it?
So I started it in 2017, I guess.
17.
17 Feb or March. Yeah.
Okay, so from 2017 to now, it's been around 7 years.
Yeah.
So it has to be a very long journey, and it has been a long time now. So how do you think your content strategy changed with this time?
Honestly, I've never been consistent if I talk about my journey. Like I started off as this very naive college student who just wanted to make fashion videos. I did it for like 2-3 months. Then I started off with my job, जहाँ पे personal laptop ले जाना allowed नहीं था, so I couldn't continue with it. So if I talk about my journey, it literally started in 2019 ideally. And even since then, there have been so many changes in the YouTube world. Like literally the boom of short form content happened in the COVID period. And now that everything relatable works really well. So I feel there have been always changes in the trends every 6 months. And I feel you just have to reinvent yourself according to those trends. And when I started back then, there was no condition for monetization as well. I've literally seen YouTube also changing right in front of my eyes. And pehle to I didn't realize it, but it was very, I don't know, it was easy for me to cross the first 1,000 subscribers as well.
Mhm.
And I never realized it back then. Ki it's a very big thing that you've crossed the first 1,000 subscribers. But
So how did your content change over the time? Like you started with fashion.
I think when I started my channel, I was this college kid who just thought I'll just help out the girls in my hostel only by making fashion videos. I literally started off with that thought only. And then eventually, when I started working as a 20 something, when you grow up, you mature, and I think that is legit what happened with me. I was experiencing new things, and that's what got reflected on my channel as well. Whatever changes I think my audience has seen in the last 3 4 years, it has been my life.
Okay, so you had a normal 9 to 5 job and then you decided to shift completely to being a full-time content creator. So what made you take this decision? Why did you like what was going through your head ki okay, ab to full-time content creation karna hai?
So initially, I did not start my channel thinking that this would be my full time job, but somehow I got two signs from the world and I just took my chance over it. So when I started working on the YouTube channel along with my job, I gave myself 1 year ka time कि अगर इसमें 10,000 followers somehow हो गए subscribers, because back then 10,000 subscribers were a huge thing. I'm talking about 2019. Up to it's still a little okay कि चलो अच्छा 10K followers है. But back then 10K subscribers were a huge thing. So I gave myself 1 year ka time and somehow we crossed it before my birthday in just 7 months.
Wow.
So that was the first sign from the universe that maybe Ishita, you're on the right path. So when finally COVID happened and I went back to my hometown and started living with my family, I again picked up with the YouTube channel thing, and somehow 2 3 of my videos just went viral.
Wow.
And a lot of girls started following me. Like you can literally see that you're finally working, the channel is finally picking
Yeah.
up. So that was one brief period of 1 week when I realized कि अब अगर मैंने job नहीं छोड़ी ना, and I didn't give myself, like didn't give my 100% to the channel, I think I'll regret this forever. So finally, I took that chance in September 2020 and finally resigned and started continuing as a content creator.
You have an experience of working at 9 to 5 job and then also a full-time content creator. What's the difference? What are the pros and cons? Give us all the insights.
So the first week that I had after resigning was very, very fulfilling and very liberating, because I was like, सुबह 9 बजे मुझे login नहीं करना है finally. There is no manager on me like asking me ये task हुआ कि नहीं, ये task हुआ कि नहीं. You are your own boss. This is one of the biggest pros of finally switching to content creation. But there are a lot of cons about it as well. Of course, not having a stable income plays the biggest role. I mean, you don't have a fixed pay that you're getting every month. And as a content creator, and I can vouch for it, that you'll have some really nice months, but there would be months there's no business. Not no business, but
Less
a little less business. And that adds up a lot of pressure on you. And apart from that, I think cons would be that you don't know how to take a switch off, how to switch off your brain that is constantly thinking about content ideas everywhere. Agar weekend पे भी you're doing something, you'll be like, इसकी भी तो reel बन सकती है. I mean, that is the
get it.
biggest con of
Totally.
short form content
Yeah.
nowadays. I cannot switch off my brain.
Do you think content creation is for everyone?
I feel it might not be for everyone, every person, but there's a space for it. If you can have very healthy boundaries with the internet world, then I think anybody can do it. I mean, when I started the YouTube thing, there were mostly two niches. One would be comedy and the other would be fashion and lifestyle. But now I mostly follow people who are sharing healthy recipes and lifestyle related content. Like literally, I follow interior designers now. So I feel there's a space for everybody now,
Yeah.
be it a CA or even a Uber driver. Like recently, somebody was getting viral because he started interviewing a passenger. So
Wow.
right now, it's
Yeah.
a space for everybody.
How many followers did you have when you left your job?
So when I left, I was at 30K subscribers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Were you earning like enough according to that time कि हाँ ठीक है अब मैं job छोड़ सकती हूँ या
So
फिर was it a risky decision कि we'll just see what
I
happens?
think
whatever
risk जहाँ
happens.
risk है वहाँ इश्क है.
अच्छा.
Actually, yeah. थोड़ा तो risk लेना पड़ता है यहाँ पे. So I just took a very calculated sa risk. उससे पहले, because I started feeling that my channel is picking up finally, So I left my rented space in Pune because that was one surplus headache on my head कि इसको तो pay करना पड़ेगा. So I moved out of Pune completely before I left my job, and I bought a new laptop finally from all the savings. I'm like सारे खर्चे करके फिर finally ये risk उठाते हैं. And back then, I was still not getting a lot of sponsorships, but somehow the AdSense was enough to get me through the month.
Wow.
And I was earning, now I can invest back into the channel with gear and everything. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the same thing. How do influencers earn? Like, what are the methods, especially for a fashion influencer? What are the sources of income that an influencer usually has?
So, if I talk about the fashion influencers, we majorly have three streams. If I talk about myself, because I make fashion content on YouTube, so the AdSense is a major chunk of money. Then the sponsorships are the second major source of income. And recently, I've started noticing that the affiliate marketing works really, really well.
Really?
Yes. I mean, there are a lot of agencies who just bank on the fact that you are posting an affiliate link. They also make enough money and you also earn enough on your recommendations. Back like 1.5 years पहले तक इतना नहीं था, but now these things have really changed the game. So there are majorly three sources of income. And fourth can be if you start your own brand.
Yeah.
That is like everybody's dream. So
Do you have a plan of starting your own brand?
yeah, I think at the back of the mind, सबका ये थोड़ा सा plan रहता है.
Like a clothing line or something?
I used to think that I'll start a clothing line or maybe something related to fashion, but lately I've not been feeling like that. I'm still experimenting and still doing my research. What can be that one product that I can carry forward with? But I don't think so. I'll do a fashion line or something as of now.
Which platform do you think is better, Instagram or YouTube?
I think as of now, it would be Instagram. It used to be YouTube, but with the short form content that is literally everywhere, I think it has to be Instagram now.
So you transitioned from being a full-time fashion content creator, and then you also incorporated like lifestyle tha, but then you incorporated body positivity and many more
Breaking
topics.
stereotypes.
Breaking stereotypes. So then what made you go through that journey?
Like I said earlier as well, I think my content has always been my life only. My life has only made me push this kind of topics on the channel as well. And if I talk about breaking stereotypes in any manner, I feel I've always been the person who wanted to help the girls around me. So I would pick up topics if I see a friend struggling with any topic, anything, it can be something personal or maybe a fashion related query, I would just make content around that. So if you talk about how the shift has happened, it has happened because my friends and the life around me was changing and we were talking about certain topics at a certain age. So I would just get inspired by that कि अगर मेरे आसपास की लड़कियां अभी इससे struggle कर रही है, then I'm sure my audience would be going through the same phase as well, because we're all growing together in a way. I mean, I literally have people who started following me in their college. Now they are working in Bangalore and Pune.
Wow.
And they would message me that it literally feels like we're growing up with you and you're still relatable, Isheeta. So this has been a constant motivation that if I'm going through something, I'm sure I'll help another girl if I talk about something.
So talking about body positivity, how has it impacted your own self-confidence?
So I think body positivity has a lot of meaning for different people. For me, it just was very personal because if you go through my channel, the most viewed video of mine is a keto weight loss one. And back then, I know it did motivate a lot of girls, but मैं just motivation से कर रही थी was a little toxic. Like I just wanted to reduce my weight. I know I was torturing myself a little for doing that as well. So eventually, when I matured a little, I understood that this is not how being healthy and this is not what being healthy and being fit means. And a lot of us, the most of the girls that I know, they work out with an idea that they want to be thin. And they literally work out hating their bodies. And that is not a good thing, I feel. That is not the drive you need to be fit. So when I started with the body positivity thing, it was literally just to bring this more as a conversation on the channel as well, that you are working on yourself, you can still love yourself and then go through this path instead of just being hateful and just not liking what you're doing as of now. So this was the basic idea.
What is body positivity according to you?
I feel body positivity for me is just being okay with your body. It doesn't have to be like liking it or excessively loving it, but just not hating it as well. Being okay with where you are as of now in terms of your health or anything else. And pushing yourself, of course, I've been called out for this, that I promote being obese and being lazy and stuff. And I feel those are the kind of people who really don't get the meaning of body positivity as of now. It simply just means that you are working on yourself while not hating yourself.
I get
As simple as that. I mean, you can push yourself to be healthy without being very critical of your current state as well, and not waking up with this weird feeling that you don't like what you see in the mirror and everything. So that is basically what I believe in body positivity.
I've seen so many of your reels about, XYZ haul or this or that haul. And I've seen ki most of the things which you actually show are like affordable. Yeah, things that we can afford. It's not like, oh, like बहुत ही expensive side pe. How do you find those things, or how can you give us some tips ki we can also shop smartly? Probably koi trick ho ki you can find this or that in this way, or
So my first number one trick is to Google everything and just compare every site that you're finding the same product on. Because sometimes ये होता है कि you find a comfort site and everybody, mostly for most people, it's Amazon.
Mhm.
But a lot of the times, the same product is available at much cheaper on Meesho and other sites like Flipkart. So I would say just compare the prices once when you're very sure that you want to buy this particular product. Just compare it on the other sites as
so
well.
you just take the name, copy paste it on Google and
Yeah.
check it. I did not know that.
But what about coupon codes? Is there some trick to get coupon codes as well?
Have you ever tried the app?
I wish I had something to say here, but कोई coupon code नहीं चलते अब.
I basically जब भी कुछ shopping करती हूँ, I'm like कोई coupon है कि नहीं, तो मैं Google पे type करती हूँ coupons for this or that side, उसमें से
And do you find
80%
coupons for
I
that?
think
80% they don't work.
50% chance है कि
Yeah.
trap on के coupons चल जाते हैं.
Actually चल जाते हैं.
I used to try that, but वही है, success rate थोड़ा कम था, so I stopped doing that. I think it's better to buy credit cards that can give you much better offers. I switched to the debit card that gives me credit on online shopping. I switched to that. I was like,
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, it made complete sense for me.
Yeah.
So basically, I get cash back on online shopping now.
Nice.
सीख लो guys, सीख लो. So could you provide some insights behind your content creation process? Like how do you come up with the ideas and
Like for someone who's starting, how do you think they should get up ideas and then also be consistent with
write a
it?
schedule, maintain it, be consistent?
So if anybody here is thinking of starting an Instagram page or a YouTube page, maybe fashion and lifestyle related, just do a little bit of research of what topics are really working on the internet right now, because you can easily do that. सारी जितनी भी viral reels होंगी, kind of get inspired by that. You can work on the same line, but still give it a twist of your own. Maybe shoot it a little differently, present it a little differently, edit it a little differently. So one thing would be that. And apart from that, just make sure that your content, whatever you're producing, is either relatable or just helping out somebody.
Has value.
Has value, yeah.
Okay.
These two are the major tricks to finally make it on the internet. You have to add value or just make them laugh or something.
Relatable.
Relatable, yeah.
Yeah, one thing that I am pretty sure a lot of your viewers know, ki you've been in a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
I just got to know, like, just before filming, ki it was for how many
12 years.
Insane. Like, it's so insane when I think about it. I'm like, how? And that too long distance.
Okay, no, so 12 years is our duration of the relationship.
Okay.
We've not been
Obviously.
completely in
Our
12
current
years
12 years long
long
distance.
So how
It's
long
like
was it?
half of my life has gone in long distance. Dude, nahi. Itna patience nahi hai mere andar.
So like, kitne time
So it's
tak
been
was it?
6 years of us being in a long distance,
Okay.
and overall we'll be completing 12 years.
When did you start dating? Like, how old
So
were you?
we started dating in 11th standard. We were in the same group somehow.
Okay.
So we were very good friends, and then we started talking and the usual flirt and all.
Uh-huh. We get it.
What about like for someone who is in a long distance relationship? What would you advise them?
Yes, that's a good
Guys,
question.
don't do
How do
this.
you keep the-
Don't torture
Good
yourself,
question.
please.
But how do you like
What advice? You know,
keep
you are
the spark alive?
I think the only advice, the major advice would be to please make sure that you are in touch with your partner, like you're communicating about everything. Of course, there will be dark days when you don't get the time to be in touch with each other. You feel like we're not connected enough, but you have to kind of hold on to that person and just, yeah, never leave.
one another thing which like differentiates you from a lot of influencers and content creators is that you're vocal about so many things which are already taboo, especially in a country like India. And being vocal about it means a lot, especially topics like masturbation, self-love, and all of these things. So how did you have so much courage to speak about it? And then I'm pretty sure you might have got criticism or hate about it too. So what was like going through it? Like how did you decide कि ठीक है अब तो let's do it. भाड़ में जाए दुनिया मैं तो बोलूंगी.
So honestly, I just feel I was so excited to find this out in life. So the first time I tried out a sex toy in my life, I just got so happy to figure out this part of the life. It literally was such a revelation for me that I thought ये तो मुझे सबको बताना पड़ेगा. Like every girl has to experience this joy.
Oh, were
in
you?
life.
Have you been an extrovert throughout your life, or were you like a
Do you
shy?
think I'm an extrovert?
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
how can you be like you were like
Dude,
मुझे पता चले and I'm so excited to talk about it to everyone.
I don't know. I've been an introvert for 80% of my life. I mean,
Okay.
now I think I still am an ambivert.
Okay.
I'm not.
This is
an-
not ambiversion. I'm pretty sure this is
नहीं,
extroversion.
but
I'll
we are
just say
lucky
I'm
to see
really
the extrovert
comfortable
version.
around you guys.
Oh, thank you. That's what I was saying. We were pretty lucky that we got to see this side.
So coming back to that, I think it just was the driving force was that I want the other girls to figure out this as well, because I've had this conversation with my girlfriends as well, where we just talk about orgasms and
Yeah.
what does it mean and the rarity of that for women around. Yeah, like I said, that most of my content comes around from my girlfriends as well. Like whatever crisis we're going through, I somehow figure out the solution and share it to the world. I am a very girl's girl
I
sort
get
of a
it.
person.
Yeah, we get that now.
So, and one of the major motivation was that I always get a lot of DMs about long distance queries and how you're handling your relationship. So I was like, the first day that I figured out a sex toy and how it works, I was like, this is my buddy now. And I have to share it with the world as well.
Have you got like hate about this as
Oh
well?
my god. I think so the day I posted that video, I got a lot of sweet DMs from girls and a lot of other creators as well. Ki, wow, Ishita, you're very courageous.
Yeah.
And for me, I didn't realize it's a big deal actually. I was just this
How?
excited kid. I was like, ye to batana padega logo ko. It's a fun thing. I didn't actually realize the gravity of the situation, that what I'm talking about and how much it can escalate. But within 10 days, the video got viral. I got so many hateful comments. I got so slut shamed about these things. But at the same time, I was getting so much love from the girls around the world that it just kept me going. I was like, fuck it. Trollers to aate rahenge. It's usual only. Whenever I talk about body positivity, also, there is a big chunk of the audience which is like, you're just lazy, you need to go to the gym and you need to lose weight, without having any idea about my medical conditions and how much I'm dealing with. So I think as a content creator, when you work for like 2-3 years on the internet, you get an idea that whom you have to focus on.
Yeah.
And that is what I did back then.
Continuing about this only, so how do you deal with hate and negative comments?
So right now, I don't deal with it.
Okay.
I've reached the mental state where I don't deal with it now. Finally, I'm so happy about it. But ek saal pehle, it would really hurt me. I am that very emotional person. So every comment would just hit home. And I've actually cried about certain comments in like with my friends, but एक point आ जाता है where you realize that these people are just projecting their insecurities on you, and these aren't your original audience. This is not your OG audience. They don't even know you, because कुछ comments में इतना hateful and इतना बेफालतू की चीजें लिखी होती है. I'm like, कुछ भी बोल के जा रहे हो यार, क्यों बोल रहे हो? सच में. I really like reading the comments.
So you go through every comment?
Mostly, yeah. I like reading the comments and I love reading the DMs as well.
So now completely shifting from this topic, could you suggest us some books या फिर podcast या फिर any YouTube video which you think has helped you, या फिर if the audience watches it, they would also get help from it?
I'll just be very honest. I'm not a reader.
Okay.
I am not even a podcast person.
Okay.
So, but I do have 2 books that really helped me. One was How to Steal Like an Artist. I'm not sure about the writer, but one was this, and it's a very easy read. Like literally, the chapters are like 1.5 page, and it has a lot of graphics. So somebody who's like me, who cannot concentrate enough on reading, even they can manage to read this in like 2-3 days. And the second one would be Atomic Habits. So I haven't been able to complete that somehow, but kuch concepts made a little like it made a little sense to me, so I would still recommend it.
That is why I just want to put this here. If you're finding Atomic Habits boring, we have a full podcast on it. Watch it on 2x and you'll basically get the whole idea.
Oh, you've covered the entire book.
Yeah, like
Oh,
what
I
we
would
learned,
hear
हमने
that
बस उसी
now.
पे we just reflected on what we learned and how we can use it to make habits
From it.
Yeah. So, what are your future goals about YouTube or Instagram?
or just your
Future
life
plans,
in general.
So-
Are you
सोचा
sorry,
है कुछ अभी तक?
are you planning to be like a content creator पूरे life या or you are thinking कि एक दिन आएगा when I'll just leave it?
I feel I'm still not sure about it. I definitely feel like I'll be creating content, but I'm not sure if it would be on YouTube and Instagram both. I mean, going about the trends as of now, I feel short form content is going to take over sometime in the future. So might as well just shift to Instagram. And definitely in the coming 2 years, I want to grow as a business as well. I am still figuring out kya bechna hai, but,
कुछ तो बेचना है.
but yeah, I definitely want to try out a business opportunity as well.
So, how has your friendships changed over time? Like when you were a school student, then a college student, and now you're working. So, what happened?
Especially like with friends who are doing very different things. We've been so supportive. Like इस पूरे episode में one thing that I heard the most is the word friends. So I'm pretty sure they play a very important part in your life.
They
Yep.
do actually. The fact that I still have the same best friend from 8th standard means that she's
Yeah.
literally been my sort of like partner in a way. And talking about the question that you asked, I feel friendships become, how do I say? So when you're in school and college, your friendship is on the basis of experiencing life together.
Yeah.
But eventually, when you move to different cities and start doing different things, like all my friends are from IT background. They are in Bangalore and Pune and Gurgaon only, but they're doing very different things. It becomes mostly about updating them somehow and maintaining the touch. And recently, I've also realized that it's okay to maybe cut off from a few people who do not resonate with what you're doing currently, because it becomes very difficult to make the friendship work with 10 different people from 10 different aspects of your life. Eventually, once you reach my age, you kind of get okay with this fact that you're not going to be friends with all of them.
I'm already okay with this fact.
That's a very good thing. It took me 6 months to accept this fact. So right now I'm just in touch with very, very few and very, very close set of friends that I can really count on.
Okay, now we're going to be moving on to one of the most interesting parts of our podcast, which is
Ooh.
rapid
Rapid
fire.
We're going to ask Isheeta unscripted questions and she has to answer them as quickly as possible.
Oh my god, I'm a little
Yeah.
scared of
You should be.
Shit.
If you could switch lives with any fictional character, which one would it be and why?
So it's mostly men.
Huh,
I can't switch
it's-
lives with them.
Why
right?
You can do
not?
anything you want.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Then I would like to be Hulk.
Oh, you like smashing people.
That
Yeah,
was
I
the
love
most
smashing people.
unexpected answer. What's your favorite way to unwind and relax if you're not creating content?
So for days when I'm really free, I have a separate routine.
Oh, wow.
I wake up at 8 a.m. I go for a 9 a.m. session. Come back, cook a very nice breakfast for myself. Watch a relaxing show. Basically, पूरे दिन मैं bed पे बैठी रहती हूँ. I watch shows that I really wanted to. Maybe read a book or something. Struggle with the book, of course, but but basically just have a chill day. And I also connect with all my friends finally. Because we all have a very busy lifestyle now. Nobody has time to meet and catch up. So on days I'm not shooting, I finally have like a long video call with all of them.
Okay. What's your favorite movie and favorite movie genre?
So my favorite movie though has to be all Shah Rukh Khan movies.
All Shah Rukh Khan movies.
All Shah Rukh Khan movies. All
Favorite Shah Rukh Khan movie?
I think it has to be Kal Ho Na Ho.
Okay, what's the weirdest or the most craziest comment that a follower has like commented?
The weirdest that I can remember is so I made this travel vlog in Kerala. We went to Munnar and I was wearing shorts. And uske upar lamba sa shrug tha. Just my legs were visible. And one troll wrote paragraphs on my legs and my thighs. And then at the end of the paragraph they were like, stop ruining the soil of my Kerala. I'm like, what the fuck? I am making your Kerala a lot more popular also. I am promoting the travel thing
Yeah.
here.
If you could wear one only for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Black or white or vibrant colors?
I think I'll go with black and white. I'm literally wearing that. You were expecting vibrant
Yeah,
colors.
yeah, yeah. I was like, ये तो बहुत interesting होने वाला because you're a fashion influencer.
I know people prefer the vibrant colors and expect me to choose that, but I feel I'm comfortable with black and white, and it looks more classy and elegant as well.
Yeah, if you could describe your personality in just 3 words, which words would you choose?
I recently got to know that I'm an extrovert. Thanks to them. So the first word has to be that. I think second would be honest. I feel I can't pretend around people. Whatever is going inside me, that comes out of me. And the third would be, recently somebody called me Peppy. So I'll just go with that now.
If you could teleport anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Australia.
Oh, why did you always say that? It was
No,
not
I
me.
was not going to say
Oh.
that. No, not that I hate him,
Okay.
but I would like to use, I would want to be teleported with him to maybe Japan.
Social media often involves trying out various and weird trends. So, what's the weirdest trend that you have tried on social media?
I think the weirdest trend for me was to finally dance on my Instagram. I mean, it's not weird for a lot of people, but I was never comfortable doing that.
Uh-huh.
And somehow I was learning belly dancing on
Oh.
a year ago, and somebody pushed me ki, yaar, dal lo yaar. So that was very weird and uncomfortable for me.
Okay, what's the one life advice or mantra that you use to make your life work the way it is working right now?
मैं ये सोचती हूँ कि अगर you're not pushing for the things that you love, then you'll finally end up regretting it somewhere down the line. So जो करना है अभी कर लो, क्या पता कल हो ना.
That's true. इसमें कलोना मूवी आ गया. Favorite movie भी आ गई.
Yes. I think वो जो personality description था, I should have said filmy as well. I'm very filmy.
Who's your number one role model that you look up to?
So I've been a huge Shah Rukh Khan fan throughout my life, and people assume that it's because of his romantic side and the romantic characters that he's done. But I like him for the life journey that he's had. I mean, losing your parents at such an early age and then moving to a new city and finally making a name for himself. That he's literally the king of Bollywood right now.
Morning person or night person?
Morning person.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Beaches or mountains?
Beaches. I literally have all the beach symbols
Oh,
here on my hand.
Huh, I can see
Beach symbols,
shell,
wonder-
Yeah.
okay.
waves.
There's a wave, there's a sun, there's an
Yeah.
anchor as well.
Instagram or YouTube?
I think YouTube.
Okay, last one, sunrise or sunsets?
I can't choose. इसमें I really can't choose, dude. Maybe sunrise for now.
Okay, guys, and that was it for this podcast. We hope you guys liked it.
Thank you so much, Isheeta, for joining
Yeah,
us.
thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys for inviting me. I had so much fun this time.
Oh, thank you. But like,
It doesn't feel like I'm meeting them for the very first
yeah,
time.
same. It does not. But it was actually really fun having you, and we hope everyone learned something or the other from this episode. If you did, let us know in the comments. Check out Isheeta's page on YouTube as well as Instagram.
And
And
subscribe to Two Sides of a Coin.
Yeah.
And our episode will be out on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, as well as YouTube.
And we're also available on Instagram at 2 sides of a coin _
_
podcast.
podcast. Cheers.